Is it biblical to be anti-reproductive rights? Well, let me just start by saying I do not recommend anyone getting health information or making health decisions based on a collection of books, mostly which were written more than 2,000 years ago. But if you do insist on doing so, particularly when it comes to the question of reproductive rights, at least be honest about what the books actually say. See, first of all, the New Testament doesn't directly deal with the issue of abortion or even when life begins. And the Old Testament, the Jewish text, turns out not to be anti-abortion at all. In Genesis, it tells us that life begins at first breath. So at birth, in the 21st chapter of Exodus, a fetus is not given equal rights or even greater rights than those of the mother. Numbers even says that in the case of adultery, fetuses should be aborted as proof. And there are more, but I kind of think you get the point. So those hoping to use the Bible to take away reproductive rights really aren't following the Bible very closely. But let's be clear here. Religion really isn't the real reason that folks hold an anti-abortion perspective. It's all politics. It's a particularly uncaring, unloving perspective that forces women to risk their plans for the future every time they have sex. And that's something that doesn't happen for men. It gives fetuses more rights than the person who is pregnant. It denies what could be life-saving care, not to mention possibly denying many folks economic stability, mental health, and even a safe home environment. Now, one thing that the Bible definitely does stand for is loving our neighbor. The anti-reproductive rights stance definitely is not loving towards others. And so it is definitely not biblical.